Today, in our country, if you look at the headlines or watch the news, you'll see a lot more discussion about mental health. Individuals and communities are experiencing high rates of crisis, addiction, social isolation, economic stress, homelessness, and the trauma of COVID. Over the past 65+ years, our nation has drastically downsized our long-term mental health facilities. Large populations of people are now living in our communities without the support they need to recover and have a quality of life that we all want. Instead, hospitals are overutilized, and jails have become our nation's largest treatment centers. Healthcare costs keep rising, and people are not receiving the type of quality care they deserve. But here's the good news. There are now solutions to these challenges. Thanks to People USA, a peer-run nonprofit, we now have service models that get the outcomes you expect from the system. Being peer-run means that their services are created and provided by people who have personally overcome mental health issues. People USA's innovative models are proven to significantly reduce hospital usage, incarceration rates, and overall healthcare spending. What makes People USA different is their unbreakable commitment to customer engagement, comfortable environments, and proven outcomes. People helping people through a shared lived experience. Inspired and driven by his personal lived experience, People USA's CEO, Steve Miccio, has worked to create mental health programs that work better for individuals and communities.
In the mid-90s, I had been struggling with my moods, my behaviors, and thought I was just depressed at that time in my life, but then went into this manic episode where I don't remember half of what I did, but I know it wasn't good. And I ended up in a hospital emergency room. I ended up going into a mental health unit. And while I stayed in the hospital, it really wasn't about recovery. It wasn't about hope. Nobody ever mentioned any of those things. But I was told that I'd be bipolar for the rest of my life, and it scared me. So what I found was I went in the hospital with Steve Miccio, and I really came out as a mental patient, thinking my life was over. And when I did start to recover, that's when things changed for me, and that's what brought me to People USA.
Through his experience, Steve has brought about two highly successful People USA mental health models, the Rose House and the Stabilization Center. Rose houses are home-like alternatives to using hospital psychiatric units. At Rose House, guests can stay 1 to 7 days in a bed and breakfast style environment. Created by People USA in 2001, Rose House is a successful model that has been studied and replicated across the United States and Europe. The Stabilization Center is a 24/7 community crisis response hub where people of all ages can connect immediately with a multidisciplinary team of professionals to address any mental health issues or their root causes. Dutchess County government partnered with People USA to design and now operate the Dutchess County Stabilization Center, the first facility of its kind in the Northeast. The Stabilization Center has become an asset to both the community and the police, who recognize the important benefits it provides. It provides the police with options other than the hospital or jail when they come upon people in crisis.
The Stabilization Center is better than incarceration or the hospital because, one, it offers the services people actually need. When we are looking for resources as police officers, where to bring people or where to look for help, we have people who will connect them to the right services that they'll need. It's just very helpful for everybody all around.
When I first came to People USA to the Rose House, I could not believe that I was met with the warmth that I was met with. Prior to that, I had mental health concerns, was in recovery for substance use concerns. Everything here is what you need. It gives you either the space that you need or it gives you the engagement that you need. Without People USA, I wouldn't have had goals. I wouldn't have been thinking about things like starting a family, and that's the beauty of it. So today, I work as a counselor, a peer support, peer advocate at the Dutchess County Stabilization Center, in Poughkeepsie. I work with People USA, the very foundation that saved my life.
For too long, we've treated mental health as someone else's problem. What People USA does is make us a part of the solution. They need funding for that. They need our help, our financial support, in order to be effective. And so, if you have those means, digging deep, being a part of solving the problem, addressing mental wellness, addressing substance use, improving quality of life, I don't know that you can get a better return on your investment.
We have something that works. We can move forward with this concept, with this model, with the work we've done, and we can shift the paradigm locally, nationally, and worldwide in mental health care. And at People USA, we believe that recovery is the expectation. That's what People USA is all about.